Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to learn difference between SUM and SUMX in Power BI. Well, we already know that SUM is actually a function which actually adds all its value in a particular column. But SUMX, a little advanced function in a Power BI, which is also works as an iterator, which adds the value row by row, and it can also do some complex calculations also as well. So as I'm showing you the definition and example function of sum and sumx. So sumx is an aggregator function. It works on a single column and adds all its values from applying any filter in the current context. For example, total sales is our measure, and sum and sales table, column name sales. So this is actually efficient and should be used when you apply only to total one column. This is sum function. And sumx is an iterator function. It processes the table row by row, evaluates an expression for each row, and then sums the result. This also can use multiple columns and expression for flexible, but there is a one disadvantage in SumX. This is actually add row by row, so it takes a little longer time than Sum. So here you can see an example like net sales, SumX, sales table. This is a table name, and then sales table sales minus sales table return. So it is first subtracting returns column from the sales column row by row, and then it will give the sum of the remaining amount. So let's learn about sum and sum x with practical example. So first, let me show you my table. So this is fact table. So in this fact table, sales fact table, we have two columns, quantity and price. So we want to get the total sales amount. So as you know, the total sales amount is quantity multiplied by price, right? So let's jump into the lab. So here we also learn and see the importance of a SUMX function. So let's let me show you the sum function first. So I will write a measure. So let's give me an any name. For example, sum test. So I am using sum function, sum of a quantity column of fact table multiply by sum of a price column. Okay. So let's see what will be the result. So if I show you the total of this, it is showing 4 trillion. So let me reduce the display units in billions. So let's try to get the sum using SUMX function. So I will write another measure, which is sum x test. So if I write sum x, so first argument it is asking for table. So my table is fact sales, and now it is asking for expression. So my expression would be quantity multiplied by price. Price. So this function is ready. Now let me check the result of SUMX test measure. So if I add and change into card, so now you see 544 million. So it looks like a practical number. So let's check it if it's correct or not. So we are getting different results. So to check this, what I will do, I will add a calculated column in the fact sales table, and I will multiply quantity with price row by row. So I will give amount, column name amount, then I will multiply quantity into price. So this is actually a calculated column. So in this calculated column, we are getting quantity multiplied by price and the amount. So now, if I sum this amount, total amount, then what will be the result? 544 million. So as you can see, this is actually a correct number, and which is actually accurately matching with SUMX. It means the SUMX function is working fine. And in this sum function, the logic actually we used is not correct. We cannot, it is actually summing up the quantity column first, all the rows of the quantity column, and then also summing up the price column. And whatever the total comes of quantity column and a price column, then it's multiply both of them and giving us the result 3571, which is actually wrong. So here is the very big importance. We can see the use of sum x. So first it is multiplying the values row by row, and then it will give the sum of the total, and we are getting 544 million. So guys, this is the difference between sum and SUMX. Sum actually add only a single column, but in SUMX you can use multiple logics and multiple expressions to get the output. So guys, if you learned something today, so and you like the video, then you can like it, and if you have any question or doubt, you can comment below. I will be happy to help you. Thanks.